Hey guys, it's Sparse Uploadzilla 99 here with a new video to upload. While I'm writing scripts for longer videos I plan on uploading because that is how life be when you are the only person who edits, records, and does everything on your channel. Woohoo! But today my video will be on podcasts, episodic audio recordings talking about various topics, and since this is a kaiju channel after all, I will talk about 5 kaiju podcasts that you can check out. The order of these podcasts is not a measure of the quality or anything of that sort. This is just to see certain podcasts that you would like to check out. All the creators have varied styles, and the kaiju material and just monster material in general that all of these guys cover is very vast, so I hope you all enjoy, and let's get started with number 5. Starting off, we have the wonderful podcast about Godzilla and all his rubber-suited friends and foes. Kyle's podcast is probably what many people think of when the term Godzilla podcast comes to mind. Kaijucast has been around for a long time, and their topics of discussion have essentially been anything and everything kaiju related. If I was to mention a specific episode or episode type that is special to them, it is probably their live G-Fest episodes. They are always at the convention and always use their platform to involve their fans, and it really is awesome that they are trying to do everything they can to make the fans and the greater fandom at large a part of their podcasts. Tokyo Loves a Giant Monster podcast is another really great podcast which has covered a vast amount of kaiju media. They've got a ton of episodes out there right now, so if you're looking for a podcast that you can just binge, I highly recommend these guys. I just recently saw their Reptilian episode, which was a joy to listen to. I love anytime that movie is covered, and since it's also related to one of my favorite obscure kaiju films, Yongari Monster from the Deep, I just kind of gush about that. So I'm really happy they covered that, and there are a ton of other episodes that they have done, so just binge them. They're great guys. Gargantuacast is a newer podcast. Their team has gained a lot of recent traction and were picked up not long ago by something ghoulish, so congratulations on that. They've definitely gained a lot of momentum and popularity as well as that professional notice. That may be due to the fact that they are always talking about the Patreon, so thank you to everyone who supports them because the work they do is definitely awesome. My favorite set of episodes that they have recently done is probably the Godzilla anime trilogy. I know the films as a whole are not liked, and I know they kind of rash on them, but I believe that those films as a whole are conducive to having really deep takes on them and kind of just looking at what the director and the team as a whole were trying to do with those films, because they definitely aren't your traditional Godzilla films. So definitely give those a watch, and their most recent episode not too long ago as of this recording is them. So definitely give them a watch, and once again, congratulations to being a part of something ghoulish, and keep up the good work, guys. It Came From a Monster movie looks at a very vast amount of creature features aside from just the traditional kaiju. So you'll be looking at films like Jurassic Park, Black Sheep, and one of the recent ones, The Predator. Another great thing I would have to say about Henry's podcast is that he brings on a ton of guests. I know for the Jurassic Park episode, Matt Frank, if you are a fan of his, he was on Henry's podcast. So that's the cool thing, is that he definitely cycles out a few different people, and hey, maybe you might be able to get on it yourself. Henry's a really great guy. I loved talking to him at G-Fest. That's where I first met him in person. You can really just get to know him, bounce ideas off him, and he's just super receptive and just an awesome guy in general. So keep up the good work, my dude. And his recent episode was on Dog Soldiers, and I love that film. Not a lot of people have seen the film, and it just needs more attention, so please listen to his podcast on it, and obviously watch the film itself. Finally, the Kaiju Apostle podcast is the newest of the 5 podcasts, with only 2 people who really do an amazing job with their deep dives into the kaiju films they're featuring. Currently, the first Godzilla and Godzilla Raids Again are the 2 episodes they have right now, and they are awesome listens. The next episode is being signaled by the background music, actually. So, if you know where this music is from, then you can get ready for their 3rd episode. One thing of note is that the duo talk about a lot of Christian themes and topics, so if that really isn't your cup of tea, I'm letting you know ahead of time. But if that doesn't really matter to you or makes the experience all the better, then definitely check them out. In conclusion, I really hope you take a listen to all of these podcasts. I'll have links to their stuff in the description. And if you have a podcast of your own that wasn't on here, just listen in the comments so people can flock to it. And as always, guys, I'm Simzilla, and I'll see you guys next time.